It's a windy morning out here at Elk Grove, October 21st, 2019. You can see the windmills over there, but they're spinning. Elk Grove, Iowa. Elk Grove Wildlife Area, Guthrie County. Beautiful fall day, very windy. You can see the sign flapping. We're going to go down this long run hill here. A lot of times I'll walk around that ridge line there, but it rained last night. But you know what? We're going to walk that ridge line anyway. It's going to be a great walk. Let's go. Another look at the valley. Guthrie County that direction, that's west. Those are the windmills. The wind looks like it's coming out of the west today. Cattle farm over there. Hot rod Chevy up there, that's where we started. Kind of a neat old oak tree. That tree is probably 20 feet tall at the most. Yeah, probably. You know, it's probably 100 years old. We're going to cross through here. Let's see if we can spot any tracks. Deer tracks. Okay, on this side there's some, looks like raccoon tracks. We are parked, I can just barely see the old Chevy up there. We've walked in probably, I guess, 3/4 of a mile maybe. Out here I've seen coyotes several times, usually just glimpses of them, but occasionally the whole things. And I've found tracks for bobcats, fox, skunk, all kinds of other animals. Animals in an area like this are harder to spot because it's a hunted area, so the animals are a little smarter about it. A couple hawks over there, red tails, if you can hear them on the speaker. This is the kind of the top, one of the higher spots in the area. East is that direction, sun's shining on my face. Behind me is west. Down this way, there's that red-tailed hawk, two of them actually. This goes down, ultimately there's a pond down there, and then a waterway beyond that. This area here is, I've walked it many times, it's very rugged, and I'm not going to do it today. We're going to go this way. There's a big open area over here where I've gotten a lot of deer sightings in the past. I don't believe we will see any deer there this morning. Kind of a funny story. I was sitting down over here. There was a deer trail, and I'd set up my camera to watch some deer over here, and I thought, well, what's the odds of a deer coming down that trail? I got myself all set up. I'd been there about an hour, and kind of nodding off, because you know this stuff's so exciting sometimes. And a deer came up behind me and scared the crap out of me. Scared the crap out of itself. I've been out here when there's been dozens of deer out here, thousands of butterflies. This is a very beautiful place. At the, you know, it looks different every time you're out here. Let's go find that trail. My truck is parked on the north parking lot, which is in the northwest section of the state park. This is Arnold's Timber. It's about 1,500 or 1,600 acres of public access hunting. It's mostly tree covered and rugged land. It's full of all kinds of animals. I've been coming here since I was shorter than I am now. It's absolutely beautiful place to be. So this is where the trail starts that goes through the timber. They used to mow this at least once or twice a year. It does not look like they're doing that anymore. So let's go see what we can find. You can see the deer path through here. Through the grass, tall grass here. I was walking this trail one time and I heard a kind of a odd noise coming from right over there. And I walked over there. That tree has there's a split in the back of it, and I couldn't see into it. Stuck my camera, took a picture downward, looked at the back, and a little raccoon in there. Hello again. Well, we're coming out of the trail system, the wooded trail system. We're going into an open area. There's a bean field down there. It stretches east and west quite a ways. I have found turkey tracks, but I have not seen a wild turkey in a couple weeks, and that coincides with the season for turkey also. A lot of times you'll come out here and you will see wild turkey. I have not seen any of those out here, like I said, in a couple weeks, or anywhere else for that matter, although I have seen their tracks, so we know they're here. The other interesting thing is the difference between a turkey hunter and this is an opinion, and a deer hunter. Now, there might be many reasons for this, but the deer hunter, the turkey hunting season, the ground, you can see the footprints of the turkey hunters. You know they've been here. You can see the trucks in the parking lot sometimes. They're relatively clean. They don't make a mess out of the timber. with deer hunters, you'll find a lot more beer cans and pork and bean cans and plastic bottles and things like that. I don't know the reason for that. Maybe deer hunters are messy and turkey hunters are not. The other one is there are probably a lot more deer hunting individuals than there are turkey hunters. So I don't know, I don't know what the causality is. So anyway, but let's continue on our walk. We're going to go down this way, head that way. There's a pond over there I'd like to find, take a good look at, and then we're going to take a trail system that whips back around. If you were to pull this park up on a map right now and put your finger directly in the center of that map and then go to the north, that's about where we're at. And you find this field right here. We're about 2.25 miles in. We're about a mile from the east edge of the park that way, and maybe 2 miles from the south edge of the park that way. That is a dam over there, and on this side of that is a pond. We're gonna walk over there and take a look at that. That's an aluminum top to a can. Years and years ago we had pull tab cans where the tab was separate from the can, and that's the kind of can it was on. Dispose of properly. That's what it says right there. That's east, west. I was walking through here one day and there was a hole and I fell in knee deep. Like I didn't break anything, huh? If you follow this over, I'm not going to do it today, it's too rugged. There's a deer trail. Well, there's deer trail all through here, but there's a major deer trail that goes up through here. If you look at the bank, you can kind of see where a major deer trail comes down to the water right there. You will see wild animals, deer in particular, other animals depending on the time of the day. We used to camp out here. I don't know if that's allowed or not anymore. I don't know if it was allowed back then, but we used to camp back in here. So I'd like to take a minute here. This is something I learned a long time ago is when I walk in the timber, I look at the timber, and I sometimes forget to look at the sky. And today is an example of a beautiful sky. We've got these low, fluffy clouds, intermittent blue areas in between. I don't know if, I've got the sun there. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is stop every now and then and enjoy the view, enjoy the ride, so to speak. The world's a beautiful place. We're lucky enough to be in Iowa. I'm lucky enough to be in this timber in Iowa. How fortunate I am to live so close to it. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the view, enjoy life. It's a good thing. Okay, we're walking through a little transition from one area to another, and I like to move slowly through here because sometimes you'll see animals on the other side. Not today, apparently, but anyway, down the hill, there's a little waterway through here. It rained last night, so it's all pretty wet. Let's go up here and see what we find. No, nothing. Sometimes if you look at the edges, you'll see deer or something. Beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. Fabulous, wonderful. I need more words to describe. Elk Grove used to be Arnold's Timber. When I was young, we called it Arnold's Timber. It's now Elk Grove. It's officially a park. I've heard all kinds of stories about things out here. I've heard cemeteries and a rock wall somewhere. One guy told me he sat on it. And, I've seen the remains of old farms, so there probably was cemeteries out here somewhere. I found old roads that are grown over with trees now. You can just barely, if you come out at the right time of year, you can see the geographic cuts. I even heard that there was a crashed airplane out here somewhere, and I don't really believe that. That's something you should be able to look up, but who knows, I did find what I thought was a hobo camp hut one time. It had been abandoned for quite some time. What I do know is this place is full of wildlife. I was sitting over there one day. I had my camera on a tripod, and I laid back against the bank, and I was just wondering to myself, wonder how visible I am. I had camouflage on, and just as I thought that, as hard as this is to believe, just as I thought that, a bird came and landed on my camera. I've also, the same day actually, or other days also, but I've got video of raccoons feeding on the edges over here. You come here at twilight. Sometimes early in the morning you'll still see them out. Big old windmill over there. In that area over there, it's crisscrossed with deer trails. I've sat out there before and you just sit and hold perfectly still, and I've had deer come within, 15 or 20 feet of me. Okay, let's billy goat up this hill, see what we can find up there. Yahoo! It's a nice hike, about 5 miles, a little over 2 hours. Didn't see any wildlife, but we saw a lot of interesting plant life, and a lot of footprints, tracks, I mean. Beautiful, beautiful day out here. Wonderful to be alive. Y'all have a great day.